These are my top favorite accessories for the Quest 3 so far. Let's begin with the head strap. In case you don't know, this is the Bobo S3 Pro. And for $89, this is probably one of the best head straps available in the market, as it can do more than just one thing. It's a multi-purpose head strap that has a built-in cooler on the top that doesn't look too bad, which does a fantastic job on keeping you cool during those long gaming sessions. And if you're familiar with the previous generation, these continue to have these little knobs right here. Just now, it's three-way adjustable, or you could decide to remove it all entirely. The new 10,000 mAh battery has not only been improved, still continue having LED lights, but where previously it was only a 5,000 milliamp, now is a 10,000 mAh battery, which can deliver enough power to keep the headset charged, as it does have the required wattage that it needs to power and charge the headset while gaming. But just like the previous generation, this continues to be hot swappable with that iconic sound. Overall, this thing is great and definitely is hard to beat, especially when you take into consideration that Meta's Elite Strap with the battery pack is $129. This is only $89 and doesn't have that many features for the price. It's a crime that the BOBOVR exists when the official one from Meta is just not worth it. Now there is a screen on the side which is pretty cool that not only will show you the battery life percentage of the battery pack as well, but will also show your fan speed. And it does support memory too, so if you set your fan speed at a low number and you turn this back on, it'll remember that regardless if you're hot swapping the batteries or not. Now the fan does have a range from 1% all the way to 100% speed setting, and at 100% it sounds like this. Now, if you're trying to enjoy like a movie or watch something and you still want the fan on, I found the best results are below 20%. Usually around here, it's pretty quiet. You really won't notice it. You'll just feel the fresh airflow. Even at full fan speed, it is unnoticeable how much the fan actually consumes battery life. Probably only takes away about 15 minutes at most, because I'm still able to always average a little bit over than 4 hours of battery life under a single battery pack, which is always more than enough power that I need under a single gaming session. But if you need more, you can always buy these little battery packs separate, because they do sell the battery pack docking station, which allows you to basically continue hot swapping these out while the other one charges. But my most favorite feature of them all, if you notice, I am not using a fascia right here whatsoever, as it does support a floating design, very similar to like what you expect to find on the Quest Pro. I could easily do this, which allows me to actually wear my glasses in here comfortably. And not only that, I actually found I prefer this because there's a lot of like automated reality games, in other words AR games nowadays, that having this, removing the fascia with the floating head strap like this, allows me to be more immersed in those AR games than ever before, as I'm always able to see my surroundings and the screen that's right in front of my eyes with the automated reality I'm interacting with. But even playing full VR games, I still find this to be fully immersive. So I'm actually really surprised with the BOBOVR S3 Pro. It's definitely worth its asking price, especially now since you could get it on Amazon. Moving along, but real quick, I'd like to say a quick special thanks to today's video sponsor, and that is VR Wave. If you wear glasses and you haven't yet picked up yourself a set of prescription lens for your Quest 3 or your other VR headsets, these are another great accessory that I'll strongly recommend. Not needing to wear your glasses under your VR headset is so much more enjoyable. You can remove the prescription lens because they're only held together using strong magnets and will not shake off. They make them for not just the Quest 3, but also the Quest 1, 2, the Quest Pro, and you can find it on other VR headsets like the Apple Vision and etc. Ordering a set off their website is super easy and does not require an active prescription. So long as you're confident with your numbers, you're good. But you can get a hold of somebody in case you have any questions about your order. They also offer blue light filtering as well as anti-glare. They're so thin once you install them that you won't even notice them when you're gaming in VR. Be sure to use the promo you see on the screen to get yourself a set. Ad over. But no, seriously guys, I strongly recommend VR Waves if you're looking for a prescription lens. I've tried the Meta one. These were okay, but they don't handle wear and tear very well. The VR Waves ones, out of all of them that I personally have tested, they're actually the best ones, and I'm not the only one. There's plenty of other content creators that are in the VR world that strongly recommend VR Waves, and it's for a good reason. But now let's move on to the next product. So these front cameras right here, if you notice, I have a outline silver trim on them. That is because I upgraded them. Unfortunately, many users have found out the hard way that the exposed 3 cameras right here are actually tempered glass. And just like our smartphones, they can be prone to easily get scratched or worse, possibly cracked. And I have recommended like ways to like protect these. During the early days when the Quest 3 was first released in the market, there was these like front protectors you could install. But the only con to these was the fact that they would just hold heat basically and cause your VR headset to get hot or possibly overheat. And then there was these little tempered glass that I previously got my hands on. They worked fine, but after a month, I noticed the residue, the adhesive would just lose stickiness and will randomly pop off. I was aware about these, but I thought this new brand that came out on the market a month and a half ago resolved this problem, but a month later mine came out. But I found these, and the benefits of these is not only do they come in 3 color choices to choose from, silver, black, and red, but thanks to that outer ring, they're able to add more adhesive, a stronger adhesive material that doesn't seem to be losing its stickiness over time, as it has a solid review on Amazon, and I've tested it on mine VR headset, and I've tried pulling these off. They are stuck on there. So not only do they add nice flair to the design to your VR headset, but they also add a nice personality touch and will definitely get the job done. And don't worry, there's no interference with the front cameras whatsoever. I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. So I highly recommend checking out these lens shields, especially if you like to protect your VR headset. And I also like the fact they actually throw in 2 pairs under a single box. Oops, I accidentally dropped it. So you give one to your friend or family who also has a Quest 3. But I really appreciate the fact they gave us 2. So in case you screw up the first time, you're not left stranded and have to buy a pair. They actually they have you covered. And then if you get it right the first try, you can just give it to a friend or a family. So this next accessory is for my VR golf lovers, as I personally love playing golf in VR. It's super convenient, and there's many realistic looking VR games on this headset. But for the hyper realistic graphic looking ones, it's Golf Plus, without a doubt. They even have Top Golf in here. So previously I featured this golf stick attachment, which at that time I thought this was the ultimate golf attachment you could buy for the Quest 3. The only drawback to this one, however, was the fact that it requires you to swap out your battery cover on the Quest 3 with their provided one. So if you're like me who has like a docking station that requires you to charge your batteries wirelessly, it's not compatible. That was one of the massive drawbacks to this. But recently, UGIS, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but they reached out and they sent us their golf attachment they wanted us to check out. And honestly, I was kind of skeptical, non-sponsored, they just randomly sent it to me. And I was like, you know, I'll give it a shot. And right away, first thing I noticed, it does not require you to use a battery cover just to make this work, as it uses a unique locking mechanism, very similar to the other one actually, but this one is unique due to the fact that it's more secure and rugged, and there's like little padding on the inside, and you just simply slide in your controller, your Quest 3 controller in here, lock it in place, and even shaking it violently, it stays in put. So the fact that I don't have to swap out the battery cover, it already wins in the convenient category. In addition to that, the grips between these two are very similar to one another. Both are super grippy and they don't like twist or anything like that, and feels like a genuine golf club handle. And I also love the fact that this one, unlike the previous one, can actually extend, so it can add some realism with its balance when you have the controller up in front of here. And after playing a couple of games with this, it works just as well as it does with this one. But something I do want to talk about is the fact that not all games support this one, so you may have to go into controller settings and create a custom attachment for this one. The process to do this is super easy, as it literally only took me just under 2 minutes just to get it right. So this new golf stick easily takes the throne from my previous golf club attachment for the Quest 3. So this is now my new recommendation in terms of amazing value golf attachment for your Quest 3. And as the time making this video, I looked on their Amazon store. It's currently on sale for $41 plus a 20% off coupon you could attach to your purchase. So if you're looking for a solid golf attachment, this is definitely it right here. Now, as for a charging dock station, unfortunately, I'm unable to find a replacement to the Meta one. The official one from Meta is still my recommendation. It's still the one I'm currently using. I featured cheaper ones in the past. They work perfectly fine. Just the fact that this one doesn't require you to use a magnetic USB-C adapter of some kind. The controllers don't have exposed terminals. It has its own unique chargeable battery, and the LED feedback isn't bright to the point where it just illuminate your room at night. And then continuing on, that its design is low profile, sleek, and even it's compatible with something like the BOBOVR S3 headset to charge this thing. In fact, it's easier to position to make sure the pins are connected and charges. This wireless dock is definitely worth every penny. So I've been looking around trying to replace it, but as of right now, I'm still personally using the official one from Meta. Oh, and then I know I always commonly get asked this a lot. What decals do I have on my my VR headset? Well, these ones I got from a seller on Etsy, and I'll have them linked in the description down below. They have a ton of different designs to choose from on their store, but I collaborated with them in the past, and to this very day I still continue going back and grabbing some more crazy designs. Like right now I just have like a lightsaber battle going on right now. So I'll have them linked in the description down below. I featured them in the past on some of my past videos. Yeah, I keep getting asked again, where did I get these? Again, people, in the description along with everything else. But if you guys enjoyed, greatly appreciate if you guys would leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot. If you'd like to watch more, maybe you're curious what kind of earbuds I'm using on my Quest 3 right now for no latency audio when it comes to game playing, check it out right over there. Thank you so much for watching.